Paul, you're wondering why I asked you here.
Well, not really, General. I'm surprised you haven't asked me to bring the randomizer along before now, actually.
Did you?
Yes, of course. Marina's got it right here.
Yes, that's what you need in this job. An understanding wife.
Oh, Marina's not my... No, we don't have that sort of relationship, do we?
So you say?
I take it you do still want to press the button.
Yes, I do.
Well then, whenever you're ready. How about now?
Why not?
That's it, well done. And now, we wait.
It could be anything.
Oh, yeah, that's the idea. But I'm sure I'll be happy with whatever episode you've selected.
Even this one? Read that.
Thank you, General. Okay. Well, it's the Protectors this week.
You didn't finish it.
I'm just getting to it, with the tiger and the goat. Did you really have to do that?
Yes.
She's here, sir.
Give me a minute.
So, we welcome back to the Randomiser. It's the Protectors, with one of the final episodes of the series to be filmed, The Tiger and the Goat. I believe this is episode 23 or something out of the 26. And we open with an actor that we recognise from two other Anderson shows, in fact. This is Douglas Wilmer, playing Commander... someone.
I did telephone. You weren't expecting.
Secret Service chappie. He was also in episodes of UFO and Space 1999. The Contessa has arrived for a meeting with him, but he's already left his office and she's been locked in. It's all very suspicious. But we're wasting no time in getting the plot moving this week, because the Contessa is, well, she's only been on the screen for like 15 seconds tops, and already she's been captured by the looks of it. She's taken out her gun while Commander Douglas Wilmer watches her through a one-way panel thingy. Maybe time to go back in. So he's toying with her.
I telephoned.
Yes?
About the Benaki miniature.
Yes.
Oh.
You advertised?
Yes.
Oh, right, yes, because the Contessa does dabble with
Sale.
antiques and such on the side.
Then why?
I had to get you here without attracting undue attention.
And she doesn't know that he's a Secret Service chappie.
Certainly not to discuss Italian miniatures, Contessa.
So we're back from the opening titles with our title, The Tiger and the Goat, and we now see the house from outside. And it looks a nice, if slightly run-down place, but this is an episode I recall is one of the few with no appearance from Robert Vaughn.
Said, who are you?
I think it's only like 2 or 3 that he doesn't do. So Nairi Dawn Porter is leading the cast on this one, and this guy still hasn't told her who he is, but he's got a fabulous beard.
What do you want?
To talk.
The Benaki. You knew I collected.
You bought your first Benaki from the Latour Gallery in Paris.
So he knows a lot about her. He came in with a file.
Finest collection outside America.
You have me at a disadvantage. You quite obviously know all about me, while I don't even know your name.
Caroline?
And Paul is I love how when Harry isn't in an episode, Paul and Caroline are still perfectly free to use his house. I mean, you know, he likes them, he trusts them obviously, so yeah, why not? But at the same time, it does point to the fact that we don't have a regular house set for the other two. Paul's found a letter.
Bernard miniature.
He's reacted with a face of, no, that woman and her
Talk about.
Benaki miniatures.
Marcella,
Oh, that got a reaction.
when did you last see him?
4 or 5 years ago.
Where?
Madrid, I think. I have business interests there.
Was it in summer or winter?
Nobody goes to Madrid in the summer.
Yes, Madrid, one of the places the show did film in for real. I recall. I can't remember off the top of my head which specific episode that was.
Yeah?
Big place.
But this isn't referencing a previous episode, so I'm not sure why I brought that up, really.
When?
Shortly after Madrid.
And since then?
Nothing.
And you have no idea where he is?
No idea.
So there's a chap from the Contessa's past that this guy's interested in.
Of course, you're lying. Why did you lie?
Just you tell me who you are and why you are trying to interrogate me. And please note that I said trying.
Oh, you go, girl. That's a nice line of dialogue, yeah. And he's trying to be all nice and pleasant and reassuring with his happy smile and his badger beard. Meanwhile, Paul has arrived on the scene the house. Yeah, she's left the address in the letter, presumably. And his protector's senses tingling. Something's not quite right here. But he'll still ring the front door.
Would you say that Barcelo was an intelligent man?
Very.
Enigmatic?
When he wants to be.
Cautious?
You make that sound negative.
Capable of violence?
Everybody is capable of violence.
Worthy of trust?
I think so. You would not.
Why not?
It's obvious. You don't trust anybody, not even yourself.
Yes, Douglas Wilmer was in. He was in ESP from UFO, and he was in Dragon's Domain from Space 1999, making him one of only a handful of actors to have done UFO, The Protectors, and 1999. And oddly enough, we're going to see another member of that very small club later on in this episode. One of the people working for Commander, I think his name's Commander Whiting, this character, is actor Drew Henley, who most people would know from Star Wars, but he was in UFO and this and 1999. It was Conflict and The Bringers of Wonder that he did for those shows. So yeah, and it is a very, very small club. I think it's really like about a dozen people tops, and that's if you really stretch it. So it's quite strange that two of those people would appear in this episode together. And possibly three, because there's a stuntman / extra guy, oh there's Drew Henley, ambushing Tony, named Max Faulkner.
All right, I'll come quietly.
He's in this episode. He was Ted Clifford in Ring Around the Moon, and although I don't remember seeing him in UFO, he must be in there somewhere.
The potential of your present situation?
No.
Oh, she's drawing a gun.
Handgun in your purse?
Ah, but he's noticed.
Perhaps.
Backing away slowly.
Now, will you open that door?
No.
Oh, she's trying her best to look really tough. Oh.
I was told you were intelligent and sophisticated. I was obviously ill-informed.
Oh. Burn. Ah, there's Derek Newark, another guy working for Douglas Wilmer.
Coffee.
I just want to leave.
Yeah, Derek Newark, familiar to Doctor Who fans. He was in the very first Doctor Who story. He was one of the cavemen in An Unearthly Child. And he was in my personal favourite Doctor Who story, Inferno.
Melodrama.
So.
My name is Whiting.
Whiting. I got it right, I think.
Whiting, British Intelligence.
How do you do?
Identification.
Of course.
He's opening it, showing her his photo.
This interrogation, we had to be sure.
About what?
About how you stood in general, in particular with regard to David Barcelo.
David?
He's been working for British Intelligence for the last 12 years.
Oh.
You didn't know?
I had my suspicion.
No, you didn't. That's not the face of a lady who had her suspicions. You're just saying that to save face, I think. So, Paul has now been locked in the wine cellar.
In the past 20 months, 8 of our most experienced agents have been murdered by an assassin.
How very efficient.
About as efficient as they've ever put into the field. He's clever and dedicated. But worst of all, we think he's psychotic, actually enjoys killing. We have reason to believe that David Barcelo is next on his death list.
Well, this is a good enough reason for the Contessa to get involved.
Oh, well done, Reese.
She believes him. Probably helped by the fact that they've now brought tea in.
Oh, bring him in, will you?
Oh, there's the name.
Paul Boucher.
Paul?
Yes, he's been here looking for you. I'm afraid we had to lock him up.
Is he all right?
Oh, yes, I think so. Caroline, are you okay?
I'm a little breathless, but otherwise I'm fine.
He's arrived just in time for tea.
British Intelligence.
He's returned Paul's gun to him.
Paul can be trusted, totally.
Oh, yes, I know.
That's why I handed him his gun back.
And Harry Rule.
Would somebody mind telling me exactly what's going on here?
I'll explain later in detail. Go on, Commander.
This assassin, so far, he's evaded all our attempts to corner him.
So there's a mention of Harry there,
He was someone he'd never suspect.
but I don't think they explain where he is this week.
Sort of, goat.
Oh.
Goat?
Yes. Like an Indian tiger hunt. The goat is staked out to lure the tiger in front of the hunter's guns.
Tethered goats to catch a tiger.
Thank you for explaining that.
Word will be put around that David and I have, renewed our friendship. The killer will get to know that he's coming here to see me.
Yes, I wonder if Robert Vaughn was busy filming another particular episode around this time. Possibly it might have been Shadbolt,
You as bait.
because that was one of the last ones to be filmed as well, I think.
To be mounted.
Oh.
And with the amount of location work and the fact that these two aren't in Shadbolt, that probably, yeah.
Yes.
I don't have any proof to support that claim, but I suspect this was being shot at the same time as Shadbolt. But it's now night time. Paul is staying in Harry's flat with the Contessa. Meanwhile, Commander Whiting has set up in a flat opposite.
This it?
Yes, sir.
How's it work?
It's called a night viewer, sir.
What will they think of next? I love it in old shows like this when they're confronted with technology that to us is, you know, commonplace and we know all about it, and they're all like, oh, how does this thing work? Night vision, you say? I wonder if it'll catch on.
Binoculars.
Yes, interesting.
Very interesting. So they've set up the camera, the night vision camera. They've got phone tap by the look of it.
Hello, Caroline?
Yes?
It's me.
Harriet?
How are you?
I'm fine.
Can we check out positions?
Yes, sir.
Why is Harriet phoning Harry Rule's flat?
Roger to beaters, report in.
Beta 1, everything quiet.
So that's Drew Henley, he's outside.
Beta 2, nothing to report.
Ibbott.
Ibbott.
Everything under control.
Selby.
Selby, okay.
Beta 4, ruddy cold.
That has to be German.
Yes, that's Max Falconer. And as I said, he's a stuntman, so if he doesn't fall or get shot or otherwise take a tumble, I will be very surprised. Again, that's something you get with old shows. When you've seen them often enough that you become familiar with what the stuntmen look like, you know, even when a stuntman turns up in what you would perhaps generously call an acting role, you're just waiting for that moment for a fight to break out.
I want his head on my wall.
Oh. So, despite his cuddly exterior, Commander Whiting is a bit keen to get this assassin psycho chappie under wraps. And who's this hanging around outside?
You think it's going to work, sir?
It's got to.
It's been 2 days.
Yes.
Where's the dog in all of this?
1, Beta 1 to Roger.
I always get worried when there's
Intruder and Muse.
episodes around Harry's flat and the dog is nowhere to be seen.
This is Commander Whiting. Do you recognize intruder?
I'm not so worried about Suki. For some reason, I'm more concerned about where Gus is.
Negative, Commander. It's not him.
Damn.
Yes, there's a guy hanging around outside the flat.
Observe, but do not approach. Keep all channels open and remain on close call.
Commander Whiting?
There's an intruder approaching. We don't recognize him.
Now, here's what I want you to do.
He's in.
Right.
They've turned off the lights. They're hiding in strategic positions. Yes, behind the bookcase.
Stay out. Repeat, do not enter.
And it's times like this you realise just how big that apartment set actually is, and how certain episodes barely make use of it. You just kind of see the characters hovering around on the sofa or going up and down the stairs. But there's the kitchen area. There's the library area at the back. Lots of chairs about the place. Yes, Paul has got his gun drawn as this intruder lurks about the house. Nice music here. Where is he heading for? Looks like he's heading for the bedroom.
If he leaves without incident, I want a photograph, right?
Or was that the bathroom?
Fix it.
Not sure. I have a feeling that door has served both functions over the years, and I'm annoyed because I recognise this this guy who's broken in. The face is very familiar. As he sneaks around with a torch. Caroline is asleep. Oh, that's woken her up. The torchlight under the door. Now he's in her room, sneaking up on her. Paul's really biding his time here. If he gets much closer, he'll be in bed with her. And he's established she's there. And now he's leaving. Leaving the door ajar. That's sensible, I suppose.
Leaving. Ready?
Ready.
Door.
So the guy is out. Got a photo of him.
Pick him up, sir.
No, let him go.
But, sir...
No one is to leave his position. That is an order.
I'm sorry, sir. I just thought...
So is he an ordinary
You didn't think.
housebreaker into?
Printed up and checked with CRO within the hour.
Yes, sir.
I'm sure we'll find out.
Who was he?
Cheap little thief called Tommy Watt. Of course, it
Tommy Watt?
be a coincidence.
Commander, I don't believe in coincidence.
And speaking of coincidences, yes, Tommy Watt, or Tom Watt, was the actor who played Beazle in Space Precinct.
Well, I am. He was obviously sent by the killer to check us out.
Yeah, obviously.
That her?
Ah,
Yeah.
that's a publicity photo from
Sure.
possibly one of the Madrid episodes, actually. That's a picture of Caroline on the yacht.
That's the easiest century I ever earned.
Yes, this is the guy who broke into the flat.
I've got a terrible memory for names and faces. Dreadful.
Being paid off in a restaurant by some guy who
You know where to find me?
has a picture of the Contessa.
You know, done.
Pay for my tea, will you?
Yes, I believe this is the David Barcella chappie that the Contessa was previously involved with.
I suspect that this killer is more efficient than Whiting thinks.
Yeah. He could know about the surveillance.
Well, it's possible.
It's also interesting to see the Protectors sort of playing catch-up with this episode, because having seen it before, I know,
Whiting be sure of filtering down the information that David...
and I may as well say it now, I'm almost certain there is no killer.
Doesn't quite figure about that one.
It's not this hypothetical assassin that they're after. It is David Barcella himself.
You never talked much about David Barcella.
Well, they only invented him this week.
No,
Why? Too private?
I never really thought about it before.
Was he an old friend?
I suppose he's one of the few people in the world I really care about.
Oh, that's a bit of a slap in the face to Paul there. Poor Paul. He's playing solitaire, is waiting for all this to get resolved.
Can I speak to Alex?
Alex? I'm sorry, you must have the wrong number.
But yeah, going back to the idea of we've got to make use of Harry's apartment set,
I've heard that voice before.
even when Harry isn't in the episode, it does seem a bit odd that the Contessa and Paul can just A, hang around the place, which I suppose is just about understandable enough, but B, that their friends call them at that house. I guess the Contessa just stays there whenever she's in London.
Someone coming.
Who is it?
Oh, it's that guy. Barcella guy.
It's him. Positive identification.
Let him through.
Oh,
Await my instructions.
as soon as they've got confirmation of him, they're picking up the rifles. Because either he's very dangerous, or
Commander Whiting.
they are here to take him out.
Over here.
Commander Whiting.
Oh, he's gone radio silent on them.
He's nearly there.
And it's actually a really nice performance Douglas Wilmer is putting in here. He's always a good actor in everything I've seen him in, but he's played this sort of cuddly,
Take him.
cardigan-wearing chief of security up till now. But the moment when David Barcella's appeared on the scene and the Contessa and Paul were trying to get in touch with him, he's suddenly just gone very solemn. And, yeah, radio silent. Well, that's surprising. One of the security men has been shot, and it's not...
He's dead.
It's not Max Faulkner, it was Drew Henley. And Max Faulkner, established stuntman, he was up on a roof. He could have fallen. But no.
What are you doing here?
You're David Barcella?
David's in the flat. Making out like he's been injured. But that's just so he can give Paul a clobbering. Paul is not having a good time this week. From smacks in the face to being locked in a cellar to...
You think you're doing...
having the Contessa tell him that...
You mean...
Well, hint that there are
There's an assassin.
There's no assassin.
people out there that she cares more about than him.
I don't understand. I mean, Whiting told me that...
ring. Our ring.
A ring. Oh, they have a ring.
Needed help. You knew I'd come.
Oh. Ah, right. They've lured him in with the ring. A special distress ring, I guess. If she ever needed him, she'd send him the ring.
And it must have been Whiting. He used you to trap me. He wants me dead.
And I like this actor playing David Barcella. I can't remember his name.
And after things that
But
happened...
he gives a very broody, moody,
When I tried to explain, I'd had enough. Wanted...
intense performance. Did I say broody? I meant brooding. Broody probably means he wants children, doesn't it? I don't think he wants children, although he does. He's got a bit misty-eyed. So, yeah, maybe all he wants is children.
There are 6 men out there.
5.
You've got one chance. Come on.
Killed Drew Henley. Yeah, the Contessa seems almost pleased by the idea that he's killed one of them. Sneaking out the back. Whiting's men have broken in at the ground floor entrance. Almost took out the wall. The downstairs wall really noticeably shook when they burst through. So, where has he gone? All of the security men are running around.
Find him.
Oh, there goes a car. That must be him. And it's I've been to this house, this Muse flat in London. Well, I haven't been inside the flat, but I've been and looked at the building. And it's not till you actually do that you realise there's very little room on the road around there to do anything except sort of turn around. And there's only just enough room to turn a car around. That scene was a good example of it. You sort of got the impression that, yeah, there is very little space there, whereas in other episodes it seems like it must go on forever. But who's this in the car? Lured all the security people away?
You.
I'm the goat.
It's the Contessa. Playing the part of the goat.
I gave him time. Time to get away from you.
You naughty man, you. Yep, David has escaped because the security people wanted to kill him for some reason that I suspect was explained, but I waffled over. Anywho, that was The Tiger and the Goat, and that's always been one I've enjoyed because I really like... I find it interesting when Robert Vaughn isn't in an episode. Not that I dislike him, but I like the way that Nairi Dawn Porter just effortlessly takes charge, almost to the point where she could do this on her own. She doesn't really need Paul, and unfortunately Paul got smacked around the place this week fairly badly. But yeah, a really nice idea, really nice guest cast, just a small, tight-knit idea, really well executed, good stuff.